Beef, why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
The
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Sorry, I was missing from the internet last night. My electricity was out. There was like a storm, and then they were working on it. I am going to roast the hell out of Ryan Kinel. Please remember to like the video and smash the hell out of it for more content like this. I'm getting ready for movie talk later, and I'm going to try to do it with the facts. I am going to bring you facts. We're going to talk about radicalization. I saw a few of my friends talking about radicalization on the internet and how Ryan Kinel is now radicalized from when I first met him. For one thing, you cut off people that disagree with you. He doesn't even talk to certain people that disagree with him anymore. So you cut it. Now, there's a lot of accusations of cult-like behavior of fandoms on YouTube. But one of the ways that you do it is you do cut off differing opinions for your own echo chamber. And I'm going to give you facts about how at this time, and I've been waiting for them to fuck up. And man, did he, because now he has gone full Alex Jones, gaslighting, victim shaming, alluding to false flagging, and lying. I've been waiting for this point for these douchebags to screw up like this, because always they're like, well, you can't prove it. You can't prove it. Now someone provides the proof, Moses Ingram. And what do they say? It's never enough when you apologize. It's never enough when you show the proof. Now he is harassing her and saying, show me everything. Show me everything. And then downplaying actual bad behavior, acting like it's nothing, downplaying, and that is projecting the accusation of gaslighting that he is doing to Star Wars, that he is saying Star Wars is doing to them, is actually what he's doing to the whole internet of Star Wars fandom, gaslighting. And when someone comes forward acting like they're crazy and mocking them when they show proof, this is what Alex Jones was sued for. This is the template he's gone down. Ryan Kinel, as far as I know, did not start out like this, but he is now, and we're going to show you the receipts. The video is the proof. Yes. Let's get to the chat. So gross, how many these people are towards Moses? Yes. Stand with Moses. Welcome. Okay, he's the cause of Ryan Kinel. I don't know about that. It's Max. Yes. Yeah, he is a man child. Okay, so let's get to the video proof. I'm just going to give you the receipts. I don't know how long this video is going to go, and I would appreciate the support in covering this. And we're going to get back to movie talk later tonight. We're going to get back, but I need to cover this. All right, and I know RJ's been covering it for a while. In my absence, good on RJ. So here is the title of his most recent video that he just released, which is very ironic considering what he is doing. He is claiming they are gaslighting him. They are gaslighting him And he's taking it personally when they say, when they call out bad behavior. He's taking it personally, even though very clearly in the release from Star Wars Twitter, they said, if. So if he is really, really upset about it and taking it personally, that says a lot about himself. If you are doing these things. If. All right, let's get to the video proof of him going full Alex Jones. Hold on a second. Well, Mary, be careful what you say there. I don't want to make that accusation. Young Ripa has his own separate issues where he cherry picks things. We caught him red-handed on cherry picking what Stan Lee said, taking things out of context and not accepting the reality of Stan Lee's words. Stan Lee said it was a gift. We were talking about the X-Men. He said it was a gift that the social commentary came and it made it better. And he twisted things and spun it to make it sound like it wasn't important to the story. No, Stan Lee said it was a gift to the social commentary of the original X-Men of Magneto and Xavier, and how it improved the product. And that just proves how important social commentary is to a lot of entertainment, including comics, way back in the day. All right, here we'll get to it.
After 10 years of Disney Star Wars, it is obvious that Lucasfilm has a tough time making quality Star Wars content. But one thing that Lucasfilm is excellent at is gaslighting.
That's what he is projecting here, of what they are doing to anyone speaking up about bad behavior or acting like there's still not problems in the world, downplaying it to act like it's a small percentage. Listen, I try very hard not to go political on my channel. I try to stray far away from it. But if you look on the news and see all of the violence, of mass violence, it's very obvious that these issues still exist. And to mock and downplay actual proof of violence and bad behavior or toxic behavior is gaslighting. So Ryan Kinel is projecting, and he is actually guilty himself of gaslighting, acting like Moses is crazy for her to speak her mind. It's not for us to say how someone else feels about a comment. And I think there is enough there, plenty enough there, to prove of the mindset of the people messaging her and his own people he influenced. You know, social media influencers, these are hate influencers. They influence hate. They gaslight people that bring up the issues in fandom. They gaslight those people. They downplay it, and they influence people to the point where they are saying the same talking points in the message that she provides that he says. Unfortunately, I used to think, when I started being a YouTuber, I used to think people were not influenced. Unfortunately, they are. You see it in the comment sections all over YouTube, spouting the same bullshit talking points they do. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but people were under the influence. And you know how there's shills for social media for companies? Brian Kinel is a shill confirmed for hate, and he influences hate. Is he responsible for the worst of the worst? That's a different discussion. I'm not going to go to that point. But I will say what I can call him on, what he is absolutely guilty of, is gaslighting victims, victim shaming, and implying a false flag operation, and lying. Because he is lying that they said no one, and this is from Jeremy Gregg's own playbook. of when they create a straw man argument and act like that's what people were saying. The straw man argument that they've been pushing all week is if you criticize Moses Ingram, that you're ist. Star Wars hasn't said that. Lucasfilm hasn't said that. Maybe some morons on Twitter have said that, but no one in the industry or nobody I know has said that. They are arguing a false argument that wasn't made by anybody. And that's where they are flat out lying. No one has said that. Every time they bring up this shit, you have to say, no one said that, Ryan. You're arguing a false argument. You're creating a straw man argument and to make yourself look good. And that also is gaslighting. Again, what your title of your video is, you are 100% guilty of. These are facts, people. Facts. All right. Let's get to this. Hold on a second.
Gaslighting the remaining Disney Star Wars fans, gaslighting the mainstream media into believing something that absolutely is not true, and using it to defend and deflect any and all criticism of their garbage programming. And in the process,
these are all lies. Let's read what's on the screen. While this fool is lying to your face, let's read what Star Wars actually said. We are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. If, this is where, Ryan, can you read? If anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, if, we have only one thing to say, we resist. That's pretty tame.
Take an entire segment.
And then, after receipts are shown by Moses, there are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be ist. This is how indoctrinated this fool is. They say there's this many people in the Star Wars, there's this many sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be ist. That is too much for an indoctrinated fool into InfoWars to handle. And this little pussy is afraid to talk to people outside of his echo chamber. I'm up for it any time. This fool still won't talk to me. That's how indoctrinated he is. He promised me a collab. I'm still waiting for it, Kinel. I'm still waiting for it because I'm going to call you on your bullshit. Call you on it.
Of the fan base that might not like the direction of this Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and they decide to label them something, when in reality, any actions that actually occurred are the result of a few trolls here and there, do not represent.
Downplaying. Nowhere did they say, again, arguing an argument that no one made. They didn't say all of them. Neither did Ewan.
Any kind of momentum from the fan base, do not represent any sort of reality if they even happen. But that is the Lucasfilm.
Now he's saying if they even happen, even though she's already provided some receipts. And I don't think it's up to a victim to share everything. That's ridiculous.
MO, and that's exactly.
And even though they say, again, this also projecting, Ryan Kinel and Jeremy Griggs have both said they've received threats and they're trying to be canceled all the time. Although, guess what? Their Patreon, their website, their channels, all their social media is still up. Provide the proof that you're saying. If you're going to call out victims. Hold on. We got a super chat. Thank you, Diversity Fields. I think anti-SJW YouTubers know that their time on YouTube will soon come to an end, so they are trying to get as many views as they can before they are no longer getting the fake outrage views. Thank you, Diversity Fields. I actually don't think their time is coming to an end because there are free speech laws and they dance around. They use coded language to dance around the platform's guidelines, but they would capitalize on the situation if they were canceled by going direct to consumer, direct Patreon, direct you. If they got, it would be Jeremy's wet dream to be canceled from YouTube for his website. Then he would promote his website. He already has a platform there to give direct to consumer. He would love it. Look at Alex Jones. Alex Jones was taken away from YouTube, and he made another site where people gave him money directly without the cut of YouTube. They would love to be that victim. Unfortunately, and I don't want people to be deplatformed, but unfortunately, I think it's very unlikely they will be deplatformed, but they would grift on that shit forever. They would grift on that shit forever. It's not as difficult as they, YouTube is not as bad as they suggest. And the only time this fool was in danger of being taken off of YouTube was when Naughty Dog was false copyright striking him. But I really appreciate the support, though. But I don't think they're even a fear of that. I honestly, if anything, they would love it, and it would make them more money because YouTube is getting a cut. And honestly, potentially they have limited ads because of their hateful content. The ads are still on there, but limited. So most of their incomes comes directly from consumer, from super chats, Patreon, websites. Why do you think they focus more on live streams lately? That's YouTube altogether, though. YouTube altogether is having some issues. All right, let's finish this because we got to expose all the truth here. What's going on? What he's actually doing, and what he's guilty of. Confirmed.
Exactly what we saw in the case of the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series and actress Moses Ingram. We talked about this yesterday when Star Wars put out this tweet, and since then, it has gone exactly the way that they wanted it to. We are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the...
No, you're fine. What I have explained myself better, and what I meant is people become more accepting and focus less on skin, then their audience will shrink because more people become open-minded. We hope so. Yeah, they don't have an evergreen of hateful people. There's only so many hateful people. Unfortunately, they do influence normies in movie talk, though. They do, because you start to see the similar talking points in the comment section. So it does. All right, let me get back to here.
The Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. If anyone intends to make her feel any way unwelcome, we only have one thing to say. We resist. There are more than 20 million sentient species.
Again, laughing at progress and resisting toxicity is something really to mock. Okay. Wow. You thought you'd get out of school to hear such juvenile bullying behavior. This is
in the Star Wars galaxy don't choose to be a racist. Now, this post by the official Star Wars Twitter is an attempt to gaslight everyone into thinking, well,
no. Here's also common decency is not a virtue signal. A virtue signal is when it's hyperbolic virtue signal, like I'm better than you. I'm better than you. Common decency is just that. If you can't accept being good to people and don't have the lowest level of respect for other humans and decency and morals, that's not a virtue signal. It's just being a good person. Everything is a virtue signal to these indoctrinated assholes. Everything talking about human decency is a virtue signal. This is how indoctrinated he is into this bullshit. Absolutely, he's putting words in. They never claimed this is the playbook of the anti-SJW and of Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers is argue an argument that wasn't made. No one said that. No one said that if you have an issue with her or the show that you're ist. Literally, no one said that. If they could find proof, this is where I'm going to throw it right back at you, douchebag. If you have literal proof of saying, if you don't like Riva, you're an ist, show the receipts, douchebag, because Moses Ingram provided receipts, but you have none. You have none. You have no receipts. And I'm going to tweet that out at you, mother effer. You fracking douchebag. Stop being a pussy and talk to me, because I'm going to call you on all your shit. All right.
If there's people out there that are criticizing Moses Ingram for how bad her character is in Kenobi, it must just be the racists out there. They're trying to set up this false dichotomy. And in a big way, they succeeded, because a lot of these drones are out there repeating exactly the same thing, all over a select few Instagram DMs that were shared.
Okay, select few. He's downplaying it. She provided receipts. She says she got hundreds. And now he's questioning false. Now he's saying he's going to the playbook, the Alex Jones playbook, suggesting a victim is lying. And then later on in this video, he's going to suggest false flagging. And then he's going to say if they were actual DMs. Wait for it, because he's going to say it. I watched this ahead of time.
By Moses Ingram. Obi-Wan Kenobi actress Moses Ingram shares screenshots of the abuse she's received. And I'm going to go through all of these, and I'm going to let you decide for yourself which ones are actually racist. And does this mean that there's some sort of segment within Star Wars fandom
arguing an argument that no one said? I've debated Jeremy all the time. They rephrase things and they argue an argument that no one said. This is why they don't want to actually talk to people, because they argue false arguments. They argue something that no one argued. This is why this loser is afraid to talk to people outside his bubble.
Or if it's true, if these are even real DMs.
There you go. Exposed. Talking about false flagging, if they're even real. Did you hear that, everyone? For the people in the back, did you hear that? If they're even real. That is the base level of suggesting false flagging. There you go. He's gone full Alex Jones. And from what I hear, they may have Alex Jones on again in the future. That is the base level. Sowing doubt to say if it happened. Downplaying it. If it's not that serious, douchebag, if it's not that serious, if the DMs are not that serious, why would you suggest if they're even real? Why are you doing that? Never go. Yes. Exactly. All right, let's rewind that, because that's an important part here. Turn it up.
Does this mean that there's some sort of segment within Star Wars fandom, or if it's true, if these are even real DMs, or does it just mean there's
there you go again, see?
a couple idiots out there that don't represent anything at all? And the vast, vast majority of the criticism, 99.99999%, is directed.
Oh, is that the amount of your viewers, Ryan? That percentage you're pulling out of your ass, just making up. Where's your proof? It's 99%. Where's your proof that 99% are just upset with the character? Okay.
At the acting, the writing, and the rest of this garbage Kenobi series. But let's go to these hateful messages that Moses Ingram got. Here, your days are numbered. Now, I wouldn't necessarily consider that racist. There's also no name attached to this. She didn't attach any names at all.
There you go. Again, what is the playbook here? What is the playbook? What's the playbook? Suggesting a victim is making it up. You've heard Gary talking about CRT with no proof, radical feminism. They heavily imply replacement. Your men characters, your white men characters are being replaced. These are all the template of InfoWars. Now, I think they may be more intelligent than Alex Jones and dance around the guidelines better. But this is base level InfoWars. Base level InfoWars giving you the exact same bullshit that he pulls off. Exact same. Recognize what he's doing. Now he's harassing Moses Ingram, and this is not a lie, saying you need to provide every DM. She doesn't have to do shit for you. She does not have to do shit for you.
Could that be? Is it a threat of violence? I guess maybe. Again, I get,
maybe downplaying. But then, which is it, Ryan? Is downplaying it's not that bad, or this might not even be real? See, sowing doubt for your InfoWars.
people that want to beat the shit out of me every day in my DMs. That's part of being on the internet.
Oh, that's part of it. Now provide your proof. Provide your proof. I don't want to see it. I'm not a victim blamer, but it's the same bullshit. I'm going to tweet at you after this.
It does not make it okay. It's not okay to send anything intimidating or meant to be harmful, but it is part of being on the internet.
At least he said that. I will give him credit for at least saying that, but it's also layered in bullshit, lies, gaslighting, and suggesting false flagging. It's littered with all of that.
What's the next one? You are not the first soft N-word in Star Wars, fool.
Downplaying it. That's probably one of his viewers that they got that talking point. Until it's a standard, I'm okay with, people in the industry suggesting that it's a good moment for diversity. I'm okay with that.
And also keep in mind, they used the wrong "your" right here, and then they put an extra S on Star Wars and didn't space it out. This is what I would do if I were trying to make up something, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe these are actual.
He's suggesting it again. You see? He's suggesting because the person can't spell that they made what?
Real DMs. Moses, you said you got hundreds of
these. I am so glad you effed up this bad. So glad you effed up this bad, Ryan. You effed up real bad by doing all this bullshit. Real bad.
Please share the rest of them. I would love to see all of them and the names that.
See, he wants to know all of it. It's never enough. It's never enough. Never enough. You know who that's like? Never enough. Now I want to know all of them. I don't know. This seemed, Yep.
Attached, and I will go out and say, this is wrong. These people are wrong. This is not okay. We want to see the hundreds of messages you claim you received, Moses, so we can stand behind you. You're not the first soft N-word in Star Wars, fool. Looks like the profile picture may or not be a black person. I don't know. But in my experience, racists don't use the soft A when they're trying to insult you or be racist. But that's what happened. And this is based off a comment that
well, I give him I'll give him there. He probably knows some. Yes. Moving the goalpost.
She herself made, in fact. If you go here, this is what she said in an interview. To me, it's long overdue because Obi-Wan's going to bring diversity. If you've got droids and aliens but no people of color, it doesn't make any sense. It's 2022.
That means in general. Her statement could have been worded better. That statement could have been worded better, but that was in general. If you have no people, that didn't say, even though I don't think that was her best comment, that doesn't mean that statement doesn't mean that there hasn't been any before. It just means in general, if there's droids and everything and no people of color, that doesn't make any sense. exactly say that they haven't been there before.
You know,
But I definitely feel, I think that's fair to criticize that statement, though. Because look, there is actual proof there, yes.
everyone pointed out the multitude of people of color that have been in Star Wars. Even though Moses Ingram in an interview tried to act like it was a first or something, very, very strange. Maybe that's why that message was sent. I don't know. Let's go through the rest.
I've been hearing this. Yeah, Zeno, is that really true? I can't believe he won. Wow. She's going to be, wow. Okay.
You suck, loser. You're a diversity hire. You won't be loved or remembered for this acting role. Not a nice thing to say for sure. I don't think that this is an indication that there's an entire segment of the
No one said that. You see how many times he lies? You see how many times he lies in you see how many times he lies in the video, making false accusations that no one said? No one said it's a large part of the fan base. You're taking it very personal for you and your viewers because you know where your money comes from. And let's be real, it's not a small percentage. Well, in my opinion. Oh, wow. Woo.
fan base that hates her because she's black. I don't buy that from this. There is one DM that I do think is the worst of them all, and I'll show that. Well, first, there's this thumbnail from this person that, like, this is...
At least he calls out Mecha Random. He does call out Mecha Random that no one wants to talk to her anymore because she's a moron.
Stupid. This is a ridiculously stupid thing to say, and there's a reason that no one talks to this person. Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real. That's so fucking stupid to put in a thumbnail and retarded, to be honest with you. But let's move on to this DM.
Yeah, exactly.
Ayo Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. Get back here.
Hey, Little Movie Perp, are you available to hop on? Let me send you a link just in case. It's been a while. Hold on. I had to do this right away because of him showing the signs of I'll send it to you on Twitter of him suggesting false flags is like, oh really, you went there? I'm gonna expose your ass, dipshit.
Here. You've now been converted to the St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the fuck does an alien know? Eubonics. I think that that is a racially motivated message. I do not think that that is okay. That is wrong. But this is the worst. This is the worst of the worst for Moses Ingram. And what this is now turned into is a virtue signal from everybody associated with Star Wars. This is exactly what they wanted. What did the headline?
It's not a virtue signal to be genuinely decent and have the most baseline modicum of morals and decency. You know, not everything is a virtue signal. Just like they overuse the word woke, being a decent human is not a virtue signal. Not everything is a virtue signal. Unbelievable.
Headlines read. Every single Star Wars headline. Star Wars stands with Obi-Wan Kenobi's Moses Ingram amid racist backlash. And now we even have the star of the show, supposedly, if you watch the show, you know that's not true, himself, Ewan McGregor, you know, continuing to push this gaslighting, because that's what it is.
This weekend, Star Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time. And for that, I would say a big thank you. And it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together.
Just really quick, want to point out that they did not just one episode, but 2 episodes, and likely included that in the watch time. I don't know if it would have got it just episode 1 or not.
Well, the reason I went live, Matt, is on my break at work, I watched Ryan Kinel's video, and he is suggesting he's gone the next step in the InfoWars, Alex Jones, and suggesting false flagging in that if the messages are even real. And I wanted to expose his ass when he fucks up like that. So that's why I went early. It needed to be done right away. Right away. Because when this idiot, indoctrinated bullshit asshole messes up that big, I'm going to show you. That's exactly from the playbook. Exactly. And also, I've been waiting, and I'm sure you've been waiting for someone like Moses Ingram to actually provide receipts and for them not to accept it. That also shows how indoctrinated he is in this bullshit. That also shows. So I was waiting for those two things to happen, and this fool took the bait, and it went full Alex Jones today. And I'm not going to let him live it down. I'm going to remind him every time I can.
Because they don't release their numbers, but they absolutely released them both so that they could say that it was the most watched.
However,
and I'm gonna call him on all his bullshit, suggesting that someone said Moses Ingram. If you don't like Moses Ingram or ObiWan Kenobi, you're ist. Because literally no one I said in the media, Star Wars or Lucasfilm or movie punditry has said that. Maybe some morons on Twitter, but no one has said that. So now we have to provide hundreds of receipts for him. I want him to provide a receipt showing where someone from Lucasfilm, Star Wars, or in Movie Talk said, if you don't like Obi-Wan or Reva, that you're ist. No one has said that. No one. Literally no one has said that.
It seems that some of the fan base from this influential fan base have decided to attack Moses Ingram online and send her the most horrendous racist DMs.
Now, okay, some of this fan base, really, if I make a video and
he said some of this fan base. Some. He didn't say all. That goes against the argument he was just trying to make.
have a 99% like ratio and there's like one or two comments that are just like really fucking brutally mean, does that mean that there's a segment of the base out?
She said hundreds. No one said all, and Ewan just said some. You're lying to the audience, arguing against arguments that weren't made. And your fucking audience is too stupid to realize.
There's a segment. No, it just means that's normal. Not everyone's going to like everything. And there might be one or two idiots, losers, stupid people, insane people out there. The idea, like he's talking about, is that there's a segment of the fan base, that there's any measurable segment of the fan base that actually doesn't like her because she's black. That is insane and ludicrous.
This is how many times, someone count how many times he has lied in this video. Yes, he did not make a blanket statement. He said some. Literally, there's receipts right in his freaking video that he said some. And he's arguing an argument that Ewan didn't make. This is their playbook. Argue against something that you could bat away easily because no one made that argument. No one said all. And no one said if you criticize Reva or Obi-Wan or Disney Star Wars that you're immediately an ist. But he's not going to tell you that because that's how he's been making money for years.
Chris, and then for him to say the most horrendous racist mess. Are you kidding me? I have seen people that push back against this had more racist shit said to them than what
downplaying it, and then suggesting that these people don't even exist at the same time.
Was in those DMs, and you have to assume it's the worst of it. Again,
proposed two different, different templates from the Alex Jones InfoWars playbook, suggesting false flagging and then downplaying real harassment.
Moses Ingram, show us everything. I would love to see everything that you got sent and who it was by.
And I heard some of them this morning and it just broke my heart. Moses is a brilliant actor. She's a brilliant woman. And she's absolutely amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series. She brings so much to the franchise. And it just sickened me to my stomach to hear that this had been happening. I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Moses. We love Moses. And if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world. And I totally stand with Moses.
So stunning and brave. No place for racism. I agree, Ewan. You know what? I also don't think we should kick puppies.
You can't say it though. You can't say that. You can't say that with a straight face. It's always sarcastic. Hey, Ashley.
That's pretty much universally well received, right? This is
if anyone even says that, you say they're virtue signaling. These are words that he cannot say to his audience. He can never say it's bad. He also said, yeah, I agree with that. He can't say it's bad or his audience immediately says, quit virtue signaling, Ryan. Just common decency is a virtue signal.
On completely the way that Lucasfilm wanted it to go. They have gaslit everyone. They've gaslit the media. They want you to not talk about it. That's the point of this. They don't want you to criticize this character.
No one said that. They said, if douchebag, if moron, if you make her feel unwelcome, if, and then don't choose to be an ist. If you are upset when someone says don't choose to be an ist, and you're really offended by that, dear Lord, if someone says choose not to be ist, and if you are, and we thought Jeremy was the only one that had to go back to school. And the reason I'm going a little personal there is they went really personal on Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor talking about things they shouldn't be referencing. And I'll tell you what, if they're going to go personal on Ewan McGregor in his personal life, don't go too deep into Ryan Kinel. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm keeping quiet. That's all I'm saying because I don't want to go too personal. But Jeremy went real personal on Ewan.
Trying to hide behind this shield that they've put up for themselves. Now, in the process, of course, they're getting called out. They're getting called out for shrinking black people's roles, for shrinking black characters on post.
This is where they propose impossible things to fix, like Disney can't fix the world. Disney is not a perfect company. Disney can't fix what happens in other countries. They can't do it. And each company, in each region has probably more than likely has people that advertise for them in their own country. They bring up impossible problems to fix. Listen, the United States government can't fix the world. You think Disney can? And then if Disney tried to fix things in other countries, they would get pissed off saying you shouldn't be injecting your politics in other countries. So which is it? Because they would be first ones to cry about that. Disney's trying to enforce their views on another country. Or their views, they're injecting their views. So which is it?
Posters for all the racist things that Disney has done over the past several years, specifically within Star Wars. But you cannot sit there and pretend. You can't legitimately say that you think that Moses Ingram is getting some sort of special racist backlash. Because simply put, we have seen so many minority characters in Star Wars that have no backlash surrounding them because their characters are well received. Matthew Kadish, Salty Nerd, did a great thread going over a bunch of different minority characters and saying, oh, remember all this racist backlash? Remember all this racist
Sowing doubt, victim shaming, because it didn't happen to one person. It didn't happen at all. The playbook. Following the playbook. Learn from the best on the Friday night show.
Flash. Oh, that's right, because it didn't happen. It's almost as if a character is bad and poorly written. No matter what they look like, people won't like them. And this is my favorite one. I wonder who attacked Rosario Dawson more in Star Wars. Racist Star Wars fans who hated seeing a woman of color, or
Well, here's another. There's different degrees of ism. Okay. So you might have friends that are a different race. Would you really tell someone's integrity and their morals is when someone's of a different color, a different opinion, different ethnicity, different orientation, and you agree with them, disagree with them, and you still treat them with respect? So if you have the same opinions, you might be nice to them, but a person of a different ethnicity with a different opinion, you will treat them like shit as long as they have the same opinions. So there's still prejudices going on about people. You know how everyone, they don't like my opinion. Hey, Josh. Matt says it's because Moses said something that has angered them. It's almost like they want her to shut up and sit down. Yeah, just take it. They want everyone to just take their bullshit.
unhinged SJW lunatics who accuse her of being a transphobe. That's what happened. Star Wars, did you put out this tweet? We stand with Rosario Dawson when a bunch of your fans, a bunch of Disney Star Wars lunatic fucks were sitting there trying to get her canceled and fired by claiming she was transphobic? No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did. It's strange that...
Now, I will get on to that later on about... oh, Ashley. Okay. Listen, the people that say, I don't want social justice injected into this and that, honestly, let's be real. Do they ever want to listen in any part? And if more people listened, it wouldn't have to be a situation where someone brings it up at a sports arena or something like that. If people listened. But no one, they don't want to, people that don't want to hear about social justice or progress, the problem is they don't want to listen to it anywhere. They don't want to listen to it anywhere. And the status quo, because they're comfortable in their shoes, doesn't mean it's comfortable for everyone. And that's not fucking good enough anymore. It's not good enough anymore. And everyone needs to feel welcome and included and represented.
You didn't do that. You certainly didn't do it for Gina Carano. But in this case...
Gina Carano was not an innocent bystander. Doesn't excuse what happened to her. And I wish she still had her job. But let's be real. Part of the reason she doesn't have a job is because she collaborates with Geeks and Gamers and Nimrodic. What are you saying, Zena? Be careful with... I don't know what you're... Please be careful with what you're saying there. I don't know what you're saying.
People are not liking a product and not liking a character. You stand behind this wall of diversity and try to say, if anyone criticizes...
Maybe you meant that they want her to just do what she's supposed to and that's it, and not speak up for herself? I think that's what you're suggesting. A slave to what I hate saying that name, but a slave to what they want, how they want people to be. Be careful, Zeno. I think that's what you were saying. Yes. If that's what he's suggesting, I think that's what he's suggesting. I'll have to click clarification. It'd be helpful if you type something, Zeno.
Just be because you're racist. That's why it happened this way. It is played out exactly the way that Star Wars wanted. They want us to stop talking about it. They want you to stop criticizing it. Well, unfortunately for them, there's going to be people that see right through it. I'm one of those people. I will not stop talking about this, and I will not stop.
Neither will I. And I want to see your receipts. you fucking liar. I want to see your receipts of anyone that suggested if you do not like Riva, you're an ist, because that's your whole, that destroys all your arguments, because that's what you've been running on for your gas, for your channel for years. Let's see it besides a few Twitter weirdos. Let's see all the receipts of people saying if you criticize Riva, you're ist, because they don't exist.
Stop criticizing them. This is meaningless. What they're trying to label people.
Okay, is that what you implied? That they just want, they're just, okay. Thank you for, you put me in a weird spot even addressing that comment. It's a weird, kind of your weirder comment, Zeno. But I think you're suggesting that they just want her to shut up and do what they want, just like a person on that owns people. I don't want to say the word. Not a good analogy, though, Zeno. I have to tell you. Thank you for making me weird moment. I'll talk to you later about that. Good God.
People is meaningless, especially when you see the DMs. Are there things in there that are not okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. It is not any sort of meaningful segment of the Star Wars fan base like these fucks are trying to claim. And once again, I will say, Moses Ingram, please show everything. Drop all of those DMs, because you know what? If there's worse things in there, if there really are hundreds of those messages that are actually...
I can't wait to DM him. I can't wait to not DM him, publicly tweet out. When I tweet it out, everyone say, yeah, Ryan, where's your receipt? Where's your receipt of people saying if you don't like Riva, you're ist? Because he's lying. He doesn't have that receipt. He doesn't have that receipt.
Racist or racially motivated and not just critical of your character. You know what? I would love to see those and love to personally call those people out. So please show the proof.
There he's being disingenuous, where he is suggesting he would love to address that. This is the man that can't even say racism is bad. He just says, yeah, I agree with that. He wouldn't love to say anything. He's being disingenuous by suggesting she is lying, implying earlier in the video that it was a false flag.
Proof. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you.
I shared it. I'm happy to share it.
Later.
Oh, you're going to talk to me later? I hope so. I can't wait for that shit. All right. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot to talk about movie talk. And please support this video in the comment section below. Let me think what you know. Let me know what you think about the situation. If we provide enough receipts here. And remember to retweet that tweet where he's demanding victim shaming, demanding a victim provide all her receipts where he isn't provided shit. Okay? See everyone.